Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? All right, finally. You know it is that time of the year. Twice a year we get a report on currency manipulation. Yes, and guess who's on the list now for the 5th time in a row? You want to guess? Go ahead, take a guess. No looking at the screen, though. Did you get it? Vietnam. According to the policies and rules that we have for currency manipulation, if you're on this report more than twice in a row, there's actions that were supposed to be taken. Finally are we getting some action on punishing Vietnam for manipulating their currency. So before we get started, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button because it helps us get past the YouTube algorithm. And also, if you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate that. A quick disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor, an accountant, nor an attorney. The advice that I give is freely and of my own opinion. Hey folks, just a quick reminder that back in 2008 and 9, a lot of people lost all of their retirement savings and their 401ks and IRAs because they did not own gold and silver. Yeah, that's right. Gold and silver protects you from a market crash. So do yourself a favor, protect your retirement by purchasing gold and silver. You can go to moneymetals.com, reach out to them, and they will help you set yourself up to protect you and your family from having to start all over from scratch. If you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and they will send along with your order a free half ounce of silver. So folks, do yourself a favor, head on over to moneymetals.com and protect you and your family from a market crash, as well as inflation. So head on over there now. You can actually own physical gold and silver. Go to our friends at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description. And don't forget to use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y. If you spend more than $100, you will get a free half ounce of silver. For those of you looking for my address, there it is right here. And you guys know I have an alternative website where I post original content as well as other content that is banned from YouTube. It's $3 a month. All proceeds go to Finding Life's Purpose Foundation, and you have unlimited access. Be very careful of people out there trying to impersonate me. They're asking people to send them money. Don't fall for it. I will not ask you to go to WhatsApp, nor will I ask you to go to Telegram. And here's how you know if I'm the one responding to any of your comments. A person makes a comment. If I respond, you'll see a dark circle around my name. See that? From time to time, I will use material that is copywritten. Just so you know, I am exercising my fair use rights. And so I put this disclaimer on there just in case. So here we have it. Vietnam, Taiwan exceed U.S. Treasury's currency threshold, but no manipulator labels. This is when you really wish 45 was still in office. He had a chance at one time to do something towards the end, but he didn't want to rock the boat right before the election in 2020. So he did not punish Vietnam when he should have. This is what happens when you put politics in front of the betterment of our country. Sorry, 45. It was upsetting that you didn't do anything and that you waited to put this list out. Now here we are with Biden, the idiot. When he first got into office, he saw the report and did nothing. As a matter of fact, he removed the currency manipulating label from Vietnam. Should have saw that coming. So here we are again. Is Biden or the Treasury going to do anything about this at all this time around? It goes through here and it tells you that Vietnam and Taiwan again exceed the U.S. Treasury's threshold for possible currency manipulation and enhanced analysis under a 2015 trade law. But the department on Friday refrained from formally branding them as manipulators. Why? What's the point of creating policies, procedures, laws, rules if they're not going to follow them? It seems like every year that goes by, I'm starting to realize our government isn't worth a crap. The Constitution says they're there to protect our rights and us as citizens. We got lawlessness going in blue states galore, and they're not doing anything whenever other countries manipulate their currencies. It affects us more. But that's what happens when you allow your politicians to own stocks and companies from other countries. Their pockets are way more important than you ever be. They don't like you. They never did. Switzerland also narrowly escaped, triggering all three manipulation criteria in the Treasury's latest semi-annual currency report, thanks to revised, broader measurements for trade and current account surplus and foreign exchange market interventions. Well, how nice of them. How nice. All three tripped the Treasury's threshold in April, prompting more intensive U.S. engagement to revise their practices. Former President Donald Trump's administration had branded Vietnam and Switzerland as currency manipulators in December, invoking a 1988 currency law. In the last report, the Treasury found that no major trading partners during the year through June of 2021 sought to manipulate their currencies for a trade advantage or preventing effective balancing on payments, which isn't true because the report said that Vietnam was violating two of the three thresholds, but that Biden removed them from being considered currency manipulators. The department said it would continue to work with Vietnam and Taiwan to address U.S. concerns. No, they're not going to do anything. You want to know why? When Trump had the trade war with China. Now, mind you, our politicians own stock and company over in China. And what does China do? They devalue their currency so that when you go to buy their goods and bring them in here, it's cheaper. The labor's cheaper, the whole 9 yards. But they sell us cheap products that break down all the time. But it's really great for our companies here in the United States. It's really great for their profit margins. Yeah. Why do I want to have some ungrateful, whiny U.S. citizen that's union complain about making $16 an hour and wanting 20 to make a pair of Nikes when I can have my Nikes made by little children at $1.40 per week? See where I'm going with this? So when the China trade war took place with Trump, a lot of those companies moved over to Vietnam. Yes. And what's happening now? Well, you can have cheap labor done there as well. And that's what's happening. So you're not going to get a lot of cooperation from our governments, that's for sure. Hanoi, Vietnam. I like how they say this. You keep catching them do something. When you do, they go, oh, I'm sorry. I promise not to do it again. And then they just do it again. Vietnam will pay more attention to its monetary policy as it is not only a domestic matter, but the concerns for the country's big trade partners, a central bank deputy governor said on Sunday. The U.S. Treasury report on Friday said that Vietnam exceeds its trade surplus, current account, and foreign exchange intervention thresholds, but was satisfied with progress made by Vietnam to date on addressing exchange rate issues. Well, what's the point of setting a threshold, setting a criteria? You could be satisfied with them taking the proper steps, but nothing would be more satisfying is whenever you label them a currency manipulator, add extra tariffs, or force them to revalue their currency, or else you stop doing trade with them. That'll ship them right up real quick. Why do we have to keep waiting years and years for this to happen? It's just BS. Speaking at the Economic Forum, Pham Ha, Deputy Central Bank Governor, said that the bank had taken the issue seriously and its monetary policy towards them had been implemented effectively. Has it? Has it really? We have to pay more attention to our monetary policies implemented as it does not have impact on our domestic economy, but our big trade partners as well. Well, yeah, it's going to affect your economy. If you increase the value of your currency, well, that gives your citizens more purchasing power. But when you export, guess what else costs more money? Yeah, your exports. That means you can open the door for more competitors. When they import good, that's not good for Vietnam because it costs more of their dollars because the purchasing power is lowered. But it's real good for exports. So when you increase the value of the currency, that gives you more purchasing power. That's good for when you're trying to buy imports. But if you're trying to export something, it costs more money. Why? Because the same dollars that you increase in purchasing power now mean that the people who work, their dollar can buy more, costing people who import their goods more money. Ha also said the central bank bought about 25 billion worth of US dollars over the past 2 years to help inject dong into the banking system and boost the economy. If necessary, he said the bank would have to implement measures that would affect liquidity and market interest rates amid raising inflation risk. Well, what good is that? The US dollar isn't worth a crap neither, so, whatever. So anyways, that's where we are right there, you guys. So Vietnam Dong, nothing's happened to them. We have a weak administration, as the world is finding out. And of course, you should have known better, because Biden takes his orders from China. And Vietnam is pretty much under control of China. Get where this is coming from? And not to mention all the major corporations that have moved over to Vietnam. The last thing they're going to want is for the U.S. to increase the value of the Vietnam dong, because it costs them more money to make their products there. I think the right policy to make is real simple. Whenever corporations or companies take their business from our country into another country so they could buy cheap laborers, violate their environmental laws, because that's what they're doing, violate the labor laws, that's what they're doing, then I say the United States has to slap a tariff tax on them. This way, then, it discourages companies from taking their business into other countries just so you could get cheap laborers and avoid environmental laws and avoid labor laws. So you tax them to discourage them from leaving the country and encourage them to stay here in this country so that the jobs stay here as well. Anyways, that's it. Hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later. I'm out.